5 minutes later. Many hours later.
Oh crap, it's running. What's up guys, from now, welcome back to another video. So, I'm gonna have to make this now because I'm running out of battery, so I can't stop. But I'm probably gonna lose these 3 subscribers from this because I have been vicing out to shit. So, I've been away for a week and I have been stuffing my face silly. Oh wow, I broke my fast and I have been doing everything under the sun that I should not have been doing. And it's been amazing. When you haven't eaten for 73 days and you have a bit of cake, it's amazing. I also started vaping again, not vaping, smoking again, and I've been drinking again, and I've just been living it up, you know? After just being so strict and just getting to that point in my last vlog where I realized that I was doing everything the wrong way, I just let myself go. But there's a difference. I let myself go differently because I let go of a lot of the guilt. A lot of the guilt and a lot of the thinking that it was a bad thing to do all these things. And I just lived a little because it's nice to be strict all the time, but after a while you just run out of steam, you know. You just run out of steam. And I lived such a crazy strict lifestyle that it would just, I couldn't help it. Now I wanted to say a quick thank you to my subscribers who posted on my last video, because that last vlog was pretty damn raw for me. It was kind of hard for me to admit some of the life lessons that I should have already admitted to. That being that you can't just keep running away from those lessons that life is trying to teach you again and again and again. Not just life, but all the TVs, cartoons, and every single bloody movie that you see. Is that no man is truly an island. And although that is true to a certain extent, I was pretty solitary. But there are some things that you can't do by yourself for a long period of time if you're in the wrong environment. I'm pretty sure that I could do the whole thing if I was doing it by myself, but there are some things that you have to really get off your chest and you have to say and you have to admit to. And over the last few days, I've just come to just begrudgingly come to a level of acceptance whereby I've been in denial of it for such a long period of time. It being the fact that I shut myself off from people who could really help me. But not only that, but I needed to find people who were on a similar wavelength, which was incredibly hard because I don't even know what radio station I'm on. You might have to hook up a TV satellite on Mars to find someone on my wavelength. But it's like you have to, but it's possible. It's possible. Like it's not impossible. It's just I just thought to myself, you know what? Considering the fact that everyone else around me either has no idea what I'm doing or can't support me in doing it, I'm on my own and I have to do this all by myself. And I was wrong. You know, I had my extended family who could give me the emotional support. And I didn't do enough to try and reach out to all the people who could have genuinely helped me in terms of actual advice, because I find that I'm in a position where I spend 90% of my time giving people advice about life and stuff like that and mentoring people. And I spend 0% of the time being mentored and you know, or probably 5% of the time getting advice when other people comment on my YouTube channel and you know, stuff like that. And it got to a point where it's like, you know what, you know, I need a mentor. I need to find people who are on a similar wavelength, and I'm really making an effort now to try and make sure that that's a thing, because, you know, I have friends, obviously, and I think today a video should be going up where I'm talking with them, one of my mates from work, about NoFap. But it's like living a double life, quite honestly, sometimes, because the things I really want to talk about and the things that really interest me, even people of my own similar age group that I used to know from my raving days, have no clue what I'm doing. And it's not their fault, because I live such an extreme life and I'm so crazily passionate about all these extreme things, which aren't really extreme, they're just out of the ordinary, but absolutely necessary, like natural health, healing, you know, spirituality, philosophy, all you know, all this sort of stuff. And I've been at that for a while. Hell, if you knew me back when I was about 21, quite a few years ago, I would have been talking about the same bloody thing, you know. So I've always been an oddball, and at some point I just thought to myself, I'll always be an oddball. And so thank you guys, thank you so much for weighing in and letting me know that I'm really not alone in this. If I seem a lot slow, because I've been eating like a pig and I'm actually going to stop. In fact, all the editing that you see going on right now is me actually stopping so that I can eat some more crisps, because it's quite interesting. As I started eating a lot of junk food, a lot of my cravings came back. Now, I don't get cravings, apart from for stuff like vaping and stuff like that. But I literally could not stop eating for the last 7 days. I put on so much weight compared to how I was before. Some of you might notice that I'm a bit thicker. than usual. It's been interesting because I just watched what it was like to go through wanting sugar, what it was like, the different physiological changes as I started to eat sugar again, and all the different stuff that happened to me when I was eating gluten. Case in point, about 2 days ago, I basically started eating bread and pasta and stuff like that, and I got out of bed and all my knees were swollen, both my knees were swollen, all my joints were swollen, my arms were in so much pain it almost hurt to move. And it was right back to where I was before when I had all those old food allergies, and that was because when I stopped the diet, I didn't put in all the good foods. Now I tried to eat healthy, and I ended up, I think, on my first day of starting eating again, in like 3 hours, I ate like 5 avocados, 3 mangoes, a whole cucumber, a whole pepper, some spinach, and I was still hungry. And it wasn't a natural hunger. Your cravings are not your own. I really need to make a video about this. A lot of your cravings are actually chemical. They're not actually food. I personally am of the belief that I only need to eat once every few days, and I've actually proven that to myself. I only need to eat once every few days. The only thing is that you need to be in the right mindset to be able to do that, as well as you have to be healthy enough, as well as including, physically as well as emotionally. Now, if you're not in that sort of position, you'll end up wanting to snack, wanting to vape, and wanting to smoke. Break time. It's not so much about living such an extreme life, as it is about making sure that you're ready if you really want to make a big lifestyle change, to be able to quit the habit and move on to something else. You have to find something to fill the hole that all the stuff like smoking or whatever was actually doing for you. Now, just addressing a lot of the people that were supporting me from NoVape, I didn't think I was ready to do it. I wasn't ready to give up vaping. Like, emotionally, I was not ready to give up vaping. I think doing 90 days of NoFap and doing all these other extreme things without taking into account my own other emotional needs was stupid. And I was fooling myself for such a long period of time. In fact, if I'd actually listened to my intuition, I wouldn't have had to fast for 90 days. Well, nearly, it was about 80 days. I could have only done it for a week, and I'm going to be making a video about how to do a fast properly, because don't get me wrong, some people were actually really put off with fasting whenever I was talking to them about how, I was fasting for 90 days or something. You rarely need to fast for 90 days, unless you have like terminal cancer or something like that. You do not need to fast for that long. You only need to fast for anywhere between 2 to 6 weeks. Any fast from 2 to 6 weeks will reverse. And again, I'm not a doctor, everything you say is not medical advice, I'm not responsible, blah, blah, blah. But you don't need to, you can reverse almost anything in about 2 to 6 weeks if you do it properly. And I'm going to be doing it properly once I get myself to a position whereby I meet my own needs. You have to meet your own needs. So I'm going to be focusing on that now. I'm back to posting regularly, so I'm going to be doing about 1 to 2 videos a day. I just need to do one because I started to get really lazy. And also, I want to talk about my new channel, because I realized that I've been holding back on you guys. I've been really talking about safe, and I apologize for the wind blow, by the way. I need to get like one of those wind mic things, those wind buffers. But I realized that I've been holding back on you guys because there's a lot of stuff that I really want to talk about on YouTube, but I can't, because there's a wave of demonetization going on, and also there are people, some of my favorite channels and like big channels are being taken down because of their controversial views. So in order to tackle this, I'm going to be creating a second channel where I'm going to be posting all of my health videos, and on there I'll also be talking about other stuff that people might, require a tinfoil hat to talk about, like, vaccines, geoengineering, all this other stuff that I think is really important to people, that people need to hear, or at least get an opinion on, but I can't talk about. Now, I know loads of people are saying, oh, well, not loads, but there are some detractors, as there always would be. People who are saying, oh, you shouldn't hold back, you should speak your mind, and this, that, and the other. But if I'm serious about making a YouTube channel, and I'm serious about going full time and actually like building up a career on it, I can't sabotage myself this early. Like, you can't just, I'm sorry, but the harsh reality is that you can't, and until you're off the ground properly, you can't just talk about anything that you want. I'd love to, but I can't do it. And so I'm going to play my cards safe. I'm going to post all the more controversial stuff on my other channel, like cancer and cannabis and stuff like that, and some of the different stuff. And I'm not going to talk about it here. So that's going to be, I'm going to post it probably around about next week. I'll be putting that up. So look forward to that. I just need to upload all of my old content. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Because I'm hungry again. It's so weird. Like I literally, it's not weird, but it's so strange, because I went from 73 days of just not eating to not I would wake up in the middle of the night and make myself an omelette. I'd still be hungry. It's really, really interesting, but I'll be hopefully reversing all that in the next few weeks, but that's all I'm going to say for tonight, guys, so, over and out. Peace.